What's good, family? What's good, family? It's your boy Urban Sports Guru. I want to come to y'all with my week 4 picks. I know it's late, but I still got to get my week 4 picks into y'all. We're going to start off with Cleveland on the road at Atlanta. I liked what Cleveland showed me last week against Baltimore. They showed a lot of fight. Jacoby Brissett seems to be getting command of this offense, and Atlanta's going to be tricky. Atlanta's tricky. They could do a lot of things you're not to, to you with offense that they're not really prepared for because of the mobility of Marcus Mariota. But the Cleveland defense, even with or without Miles Garrett, I think is good enough to stop them enough where they're going to be able to score. Because Atlanta defense is horrible. Because that Atlanta, they have a good corner, good young corner who I like, but Atlanta's more or less they're gonna show what they show on offense. Cordell Patterson, they got their great young tight end. That's what they're going to be able to show. I think this game's going to go back and forth, but I think Cleveland's going to pull it out late. And I like the Browns. Washington at Dallas. Dallas has found the formula. And Washington, with all that capital they spent on the front line, can't stop the run. And when I look at Washington, not only can they not stop the run, I look at the other side of the ball, they can't pass block or run block. You got to be able to run the ball to slow down that Cowboy pass rush, and they can't do that. They just can't get it done. Micah Parsons feasted on them last year. I think Micah Parsons and the boys are going to feast on them again. Just off that alone, plus Dallas' running game is going to be enough. I like Dallas. Now we have Tennessee at Indy. This game could go either way. I mean, both teams need a win. Tennessee got a much-needed win last week. Indy got a much-needed win last week, both against AFC West teams. However, I think Indy's was more impressive. You get Shaq Leonard, formerly Darius Leonard. He's come back. He's going to play the defense. Indy, I like Indy. I like Indy's win better, not just because of who they played, but they got more to the script of who they are, who they want to be. They want to be able to dominate both lines of scrimmage, and that's pretty much what they did. Patrick Mahomes was running a lot. He was running a lot. They got the most pressures on than anyone else this past year so far, and they was able to run the ball a bit. That's what they want to do. They want to be able to do that because they don't have a bunch of explosive players on the outside. They want to be able to do those kind of things. Tennessee was able to run the ball a little bit. It wasn't the monster game, Derrick Henry that I expected. But I'm going to take Indy. Indy's giving 4 points. I'm going to take Indy. Next game, we have my Giants bouncing back against another offensively challenged team, and that's the Chicago Bears. Now, both teams' records are better than what their actual are. I think the Giants are more talented than the Bears. The Giants aren't as talented as Dallas Cowboys, even though the Cowboys' talent has dropped down from the years past, but they're still not as talented as the Cowboys, and it showed last week. I think it was best for the Giants is at the end of the year, for you to be able to show that this is a team that is a quarterback away or is a player or two away. That's the goal. Build the culture, build all those things. I posted on Instagram that I think the Giants should cut Kenny Golladay. I want to know what the hell is going on with Kadarius Toney. What's going on? This kid he's electric and he's not being used. And we have an offensive coach. What's going on? What's happening there? I would love to know. I would love to see him used. I think the Giants have more offensive weapons. I think the Giants have better defensive players. I think Chicago has a more talented quarterback prospect with Justin Fields. I think if you put Justin Fields on the Giants, the fortunes look a hell of a lot different. And I'm not saying Daniel Jones is the fault for what's happening in New York. No, I don't. Offensive line play has not been good outside of Andrew Thomas, who's the highest rated tackle, if not offensive lineman so far through 3 games. Evan Neal got baptized last week. He got his welcome to the NFL moment. He got his welcome to the NFL game. Got baptized, and he's going to have to improve. I think very highly of Evan Neal. I do. And right now, he's gonna have to bounce back. We don't need Eric Flowers part two. It's not just about getting the guys; it's about developing them. And the Bears have an offensive line that's even worse than ours. So I expect our other first round pick, Kevon Thibodeau, to play very well, and I expect the Giants to win an ugly football game. Now we have Doug Peterson Bowl. Doug Peterson, he won the first Doug Peterson Bowl when they went to Washington and beat Carson Wentz and the Commanders. That's a corny ass name. But now the real Doug Peterson Bowl, because he got blamed for everything, is the Jaguars coming to Philly. Philly is roster wise probably the most talented team in football. They have one of the best offensive lines in football. Skill position guys, they're loaded. Good running backs. When I look at the defense, all three levels, only difference is when the defense can place it, you can run the football on them. I look at Jacksonville. I like what they built on that front seven. That front seven is hunting. The matchup between Philly's O line and Jacksonville's D line is going to be something to watch. Just saying. It's definitely going to be worth the price of admission. I do think. I think Jacksonville has the better quarterback, but I got to be honest. Jalen Hurts has been. What he's doing this year from the pocket is blowing me away. I don't want to. I didn't think I would ever see that from him. Ever. Because I know what I saw at Alabama. And what he did in Oklahoma, yeah, that's the Big 12. Big 12 defensively is like high school, as far as I'm concerned. No disrespect. It's like high school playing against college players. Like, no disrespect. Everybody puts up yards in the Big 12. You know what I'm saying? So, what I see him doing now from the pocket, I got to salute him on his development. I got to salute him on that. Big props to him. I didn't think I would see that from him. I thought he was like a black Tebow. He is not that anymore. He looks like a real quarterback. Like a real quarterback. Not just like a real quarterback. He looks like a corner quarterback that can take this team to the Super Bowl. Because this team has it. They have it. With all that being said, I think Doug Peterson know what they can't do. And I like Doug Peterson for this very game. Not saying for the future. For this very game, gonna have to put some respect on Doug Peterson's name. I'm taking the Jaguars. Now we have the Jets going on the road against Pittsburgh. Now the Jets have been opportunistic this year. They had some comebacks and they get the young quarterback back. Pittsburgh, defensively, they can't really stop the run. Their best player is injured. And Mitchell Trubisky is getting the blame for a lot of what's happening on the offense when it's not really his fault. They can't block anybody. They really can't. I think the Jets D line is going to be hunting, and I think the Jets going to win. Was going to be look like an ugly football game. So I'm taking the Jets. Even though Pittsburgh's giving 3, I like the Jets in this game. Now, what's going to be a great game to watch is Buffalo on the road in Baltimore. Now, yes, Buffalo beat Baltimore a couple of years ago in playoffs. And Lamar Jackson's game has grown where you can't put him in any kind of a box anymore. Oh, he's just this kind of quarterback. He's just, no. Lamar Jackson is that dude. And you looking at Josh Allen, we know Josh Allen's that dude. The problem I see in this game is Baltimore's defense isn't good. This is not the Baltimore's defenses that we're used to seeing. Buffalo's defense at least was good. They've lost Micah Hyde for this season. Tre'Davious White still is not playing. He's one of the best corners in the league. He's still not playing. If he's not, he's still not 100%. The secondary can give up big plays. The thing is, they're not going against studs on the outside. I think Lamar Jackson makes their receivers in Baltimore look better than what they are. However, there are in zones when you just playing deep, like everything coming for them. What's happening is it's a lot of busted coverages, and guys are being set free. And someone like Lamar, he's gonna find them. I'm putting some respect on his name. He's going to find them. And more importantly, what I've noticed with Buffalo, they're so good offensively that they could just hang up 40 on just about anyone. But they've lost like their last six close games from last year to this year. Any game that happens to be close, they'll put up all the yards in the world, but they will lose. And Lamar Jackson's the kind of guy in those kind of games, he's going to make the plays to win. I like Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. Buffalo's giving 3. Take the Ravens. Now we got the Los Angeles Chargers on the road giving 6 to Houston. Now, the Chargers, they lost Bosa. One thing about either one of the Bosas, they are great when they're on the field. They deserve their money, but just like Daddy, they get hurt. They get injured. Now, Joey Bosa, stud, he's out for the next 8 to 10 weeks. But then you have also Khalil Mack. I would love to see Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack's look good to start out the season, but now it's just going to be him. You can focus more on him. J.C. Jackson still isn't healthy. Justin Herbert, he's not healthy. Um, Justin Herbert, he's not healthy. He's going to be playing now. Houston has played good football. I think that giving 6 on the road is a big number. I still like the Chargers to win the game, but they're not covering that 6 points. I like Houston. Arizona against Carolina. Kyler Murray versus Baker Mayfield. I do like Carolina's defense a lot better. It's particularly up front. Got the young kid J.C. Horn, I believe his name is, in the back, in the secondary. Um, I think Wichita will be able to run the football though. Carolina will be able to run the football. Arizona hasn't shown a commitment to running the football. They haven't. Um, I think that's part of the reasons why in the first half they did consistently first half this year. They offensively just not been good. They have not shown a commitment to running the football. They just haven't. And they're putting everything on Kyler. Yes, I understand you paid this guy, but they're putting everything on Kyler right now, and it's not working out. Is they're putting everything on him, and then in the second half he has to play the sandlot football kind of, and you're not gonna be able to get W's like this all the time. That's not a recipe for success. It really isn't, and it's really not a recipe for success. Moving forward in this game, I like Carolina to win a narrow, to win and get a narrow victory, take the Panthers. Now we got Green Bay at home against a Patriots team with a backup quarterback. They give it 9.5. Green Bay covers. I don't even think I need anything to say. Mac Jones is playing, even though the Patriots talent wise is not good, but you're doing that with a backup quarterback. I don't care how long Brian Hoyer's been there. Yes, you got Bill Belichick, the best coach ever. Not gonna matter. Green Bay wins big. We got Denver against the Raiders in Las Vegas. You know, Denver got a much needed win. Much needed win. Now you go up against a team that can't defend the run. They can't get after the quarterback. They don't defend the run very well. I think that's going to be a problem because Denver can run the football well. I think they'd be more consistent inside the red zone running the football. They'll score more. Um, Hopefully they continue off the vibe that they did with that last drive of the last game. Basically, letting Russ cook a little bit, let Russ improvise, things of that nature. Raiders just need a win. I'm taking the Raiders just for the simple fact you're home against a division opponent. Josh McDaniels used to coach in Denver many years ago, and the Raiders just need a win. This is too talented a football team to be 0-4. And the crazy thing is, what's happening in the NFL these last few years, nobody plays in the preseason. Because nobody plays in the preseason, what happens is September is essentially the preseason. But guess what? You could piss away your season by the end of September. And the Raiders are in jeopardy of doing that. This is why I expect them to come out. I expect them to play desperate, and come out with a victory. I like the Raiders. And we got KC at Tampa. Tampa's defense, Tampa probably has the best defense in football right now. They're not rushing the passer as good as they used to because they was able to do it before. Now they're blitzing more, which Todd Bowles like to do, but they ain't got Deion's back there, so you can burn them. However, I'm taking Tampa because I'm taking Tampa in this game because they don't have Tyreek Hill anymore. They don't have Tyreek Hill because when you tried to go cover one against them before, you had Tyreek Hill embarrassing them for 200 yards himself in the first half. They don't have that anymore. Not that they don't have fast guys, but they don't have Tyreek Hill. And I think that's going to be the big problem. I love the way Patrick Mahomes is playing, but I think Tampa Bay's defense, the fact that they're going to pretty much replicate what they did in the Super Bowl, and it's going to be far even more effective because they have no one to challenge deep. No one. They're going to play 2 deep, 3 deep, make you go the length of the field. I don't see them be able to do that consistently more than 2-3 times. I think KC may get 17 points. And Tampa's going to get an ugly win because offensively, they ain't no good to damn self. And KC's defense is playing well. 23-17. That's all you can expect. Tampa with the victory. Last but not least, we got the Rams at San Fran. San Fran normally owns the Rams. Normally. Owns the Rams. But the fact that you lost Trent Williams, the fact that Rams won the last game in the NFC Championship game, yes, this game in San Fran, and quietly, Matthew Stafford is getting his swagger up. He's getting his swagger up. All those questions, you don't see those questions no more. And because of that, I like the Rams to come out with a victory here. I like the Rams to come out with a victory. Taking the Rams, San Fran's giving 1.5. I like LA. Those are my picks. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you think. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. It's your boy, Urban Sports Guru. I'm out. Salute.